Are you feeling overwhelmed by the world and everything that's happening around you right now? Maybe it's time to reconnect. How little changes in your daily life can make a huge difference. 3 tips to get you into a space of calm and self compassion. Aloha, everyone, and welcome to your podcast for joyful serenity. My name is Pia, and I am grateful to be a part of your journey in becoming. I don't know about you, but in these challenging times that are happening right now, I do feel very challenged to keep my peace, to stay connected to what's really important to me and also to myself, and to consciously create space to find these little moments that help me reconnect with myself and also with the source. What is the source? You may have heard about it as the divine source, as energy, as God, as spirit, and whatever name you want to give to it. It is what makes us. It is where we're coming from. It is all that we are and all that we were and all that we will be, no matter our physical condition, our body. It's beyond that. And even if that sounds a little weird for you, just try to imagine that there are things that we can feel, some people even see or hear, that cannot be seen or felt or heard by everyone. And I'm very sure you've experienced this. So somebody came into the room and has a certain kind of energy, and you just feel inspired, motivated, happy, just because this person comes into the room. They don't even actually have to do something. It's just their presence. And if you've experienced this before, probably this person did have a good connection to the source at that moment. The great news is that we are all connected, even if sometimes it doesn't feel that way. And I want to take this episode to remind you of the power that is within you and the source that is within you, so that you find moments where you can remember and reconnect into this power and this energy. So, with this being said, let me talk to you about 3 tips to get you into a space of calm and self compassion whenever it feels very hard to do so. First of all, you need to acknowledge whatever you're feeling. So, there's no right or wrong with feelings. They just come and go, just like thoughts. This is nothing permanent. And maybe this is also a little relief for you. Feelings will not stay forever. Emotions will not stay forever. Thoughts will not stay forever. If you've been on this world for some time, you have experienced this. One day you feel over the top, super excited, extremely happy about something, and the next day something else comes and it gives you a different mood. And this is the beauty of life. We're all riding those emotional waves, some more than others, and that's totally fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But just acknowledge that this is what it is. This is part of our beautiful human experience. We are able and we are here to feel all the feels. So the next time you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling disconnected, you're feeling exhausted, just remember that this too shall pass. It's just a moment. And there are some things that you can actually do after you acknowledged and you got aware that this is happening right now, to bring you back to yourself and a great connection. Number one is your breath. You've probably heard it a million times. I'll say it a million times more. Simply breathing is a tool that's free, that's available to you 24/7. So whenever you're feeling some kind of way, your breath will bring you back to your center. And it can be as easy as just closing your eyes, taking a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Maybe you want to repeat this some more times, but just one breath can make all the difference. We feel so compelled to just react all the time. Somebody says something, we have to answer right away. Somebody writes a message on WhatsApp or wherever, we have to answer right away. Maybe you see yourself in this. Don't blame yourself, but just be aware that this might be a strategy of yours. But also maybe you want to be more aware that this costs you a lot of energy. So when you're constantly acting from a place of reaction, this will be like a battery that is constantly on, and you're constantly available and constantly in this reaction mode that will cost you so much energy. And then the battery will be low and probably empty at one point. And the thing is that we sometimes don't really feel when the battery is empty. We're just overdoing. So be more aware and feel invited the next time you feel your thoughts and your feelings are all over the place. Be aware, be gentle, acknowledge that it is what it is right now, and then just take a breath. The next tip I want to give to you is disconnect to connect. We are great as humans to keep ourselves busy. What's next? What's the next step? The next work? What can I do? What's the next thrill? What's the next vacation? What's the next thing to do on my to-do list? We're constantly keeping ourselves busy. We have forgotten how it feels like to be bored, to just do nothing, just be. With social media, with phones, with all of this, we have an extra distraction besides all the human craziness that is happening around us in the world. There's the media, there's our phone that keeps us connected. And I want you to be very cautious about this. The people who invented these smartphones, they are smart. They know how they can keep us busy, how they can throw things at us and algorithms and videos so we stay addicted. There's a great Netflix documentary, by the way, talking about things, all things social media and how this game actually works. You should definitely see it if you have not. It's a little bit shocking, some things you might have known, but just let me tell you this. It's necessary and it's okay for you to disconnect. And even if it's just 30 minutes of putting your phone on flight mode during the day and going for a walk. Leave it in the office, leave it at home. If you want to take it with you, you can do that, but just put it on flight mode and try to not touch it. Don't check your email. Don't check your WhatsApp. Don't check your socials. It's okay to disconnect so you can reconnect. Take some deep breaths. Go for a walk somewhere where you have literally less distractions. Just try it out. Make it a challenge for yourself. Maybe even in the morning. I've started this challenge before. Just trying to really not touch your phone the first 10 or 30 minutes after you woke up. Don't start your day with your phone. Put it away. 10 to 30 minutes. I always do, if I can, I do 1 hour. Of course, there are days where I'm better at it. Sometimes I'm not. But if you practice just being away from your phone for some time, especially the first hour of your day, you will feel more calm, peaceful, and really reconnected with yourself. And last but not least, it is creating, the last tip to get you into a space of calm and self-compassion. It is creating joyful moments. Right now, there's a lot of higher, better, more effective feelings in this world, at least where I live in right now. So it's always about performing, about achieving. The question is, do we really need to do this? Do we really need to play this game 24/7? And if you're honest with yourself, the answer is pretty clear. The world will keep on turning, even if we are not there anymore. So how come we're taking ourselves so serious that there's no more space for little joyful moments? And I'm not talking about the joyful moments that happen to you, but I'm talking about joyful moments that you create for yourself. Find time and make time to do things just because you enjoy doing them, not for the sake of achieving anything with it, for becoming better at it, but just because you love to do them. For me, it's playing ukulele. So just sitting there for 5 minutes with the ukulele in hand, just playing some chords. Doesn't have to be a song. Maybe I sing along, maybe I won't. Just for myself, not sharing it on Instagram, just being and enjoying what I do. Just starting to draw a little picture. Listening to a song, like really listening, laying on my bed, closing my eyes and listening to new music, whatever it is that brings you joy. Create those moments, and with this, make space for yourself. And as soon as you do these things and try to breathe consciously every once in a while, to disconnect and to create these joyful moments, you will feel more connected to yourself, the source, and the deeper world around you. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope it served you well. If you enjoyed listening, please feel free to share it with a friend who might need to hear this right now. I would also love to hear your opinion on this podcast. So please go to Apple Podcast, rate and review this episode, this podcast. I will put the link into the show notes. And if you're interested to dive a little deeper in your personal human design, what it is that makes you uniquely you, how are you designed, how are your strategies, then let's make a date together and find out about that. If you want more information, just send me an email. I'll put it in the show notes too. And I hope you have a blessed day. Aloha.